The only thing that has grown faster than the technology over the last half century is government control. Today, the federal government intrudes into nearly every aspect of your life: what you drive, how you build, what you buy, how communities are shaped, how businesses operate, how families are regulated, what kind of roof you can put on your house, what kind of dishwasher you can put in your house. Meanwhile, it fails at the most basic responsibilities of civilization: enforcing the law, securing the border, maintaining public order, and safeguarding the integrity of elections. Instead of protecting society, it manages it. Instead of enforcing the law, it politicizes it. Instead of defending liberty, it constrains it. And the worst part, the system is designed so that elections barely change anything. Well, let's begin tonight with a simple truth, one that is so obvious it's rarely said out loud anymore. For almost all of human history, life was brutal. Scarcity was the rule. War was constant. Slavery was normal. Disease was unchecked. Most people lived short, miserable lives and died without ever knowing comfort, security, or opportunity, maybe most importantly. That was the human story right up till a blink of an eye ago. And today, here in the United States of America, even our poorest citizens live better than kings did not very long ago. That did not happen by accident. It didn't happen because government planners are so brilliant. It certainly didn't happen because bureaucrats were compassionate. It didn't happen because the elites managed the society so well and correctly. No, it happened because generations of Americans were free. Free to work, free to build, free to invent, free to own property, free to fail, and then free to try again. Everything we have today is the inheritance of people who are no longer here. The founders who restrained power with a constitution, the soldiers who preserved the Union, the industrialists who turned energy into abundance, the innovators who compressed the world into silicon and code. We are living off the accumulated capital, economic, moral, and institutional, of people who understood something our ruling class today no longer does. That prosperity came from a specific formula: individual liberty, free markets, private property, and limited government. Those ideas, imperfectly applied but fiercely defended, turned a frontier nation into a continental power, an industrial juggernaut, and the greatest engine of prosperity the world's ever known. And that, my friends, is the system that our federal government has spent the last 50 years methodically sabotaging. On virtually every front, Washington has now inserted itself where it does not belong, where it was never authorized, and where it consistently makes things worse. And no matter how catastrophic the results, no one is ever held accountable. The government only grows, its power only expands, its failures only multiply. If you want proof, look at the economic growth of the country. Average annual GDP growth by decades since the 1950s, down, down, and down. Now pause and think about what that means. In the 1950s, computers filled entire rooms and could barely perform a few thousand calculations per second. Today, a device in your pocket is billions of times more powerful. We're more productive, more connected, more technologically capable than any civilization in history. And yet, our economic growth is half of what it was. It should be exploding. It should be unprecedented. It should be historic. Instead, it's anemic. Why? Because the only thing that has grown faster than the technology over the last half century is government control. Today, the federal government intrudes into nearly every aspect of your life: what you drive, how you build, what you buy, how communities are shaped, how businesses operate, how families are regulated, what kind of roof you can put on your house, what kind of dishwasher you can put in your house. Meanwhile, it fails at the most basic responsibilities of civilization: enforcing the law, securing the border, maintaining public order, and safeguarding the integrity of elections. Instead of protecting society, it manages it. Instead of enforcing the law, it politicizes it. Instead of defending liberty, it constrains it. And the worst part, the system is designed so that elections barely change anything. Budgets remain bloated, programs remain permanent, power circulates between government agencies, NGOs, and corporate boardrooms. Different faces, same agenda. This is how republics decay, not all at once, but through managed decline. Now, here's the reality no one in Washington wants to confront. Nations, like people, face inflection points, moments when choices determine whether decline is arrested or accelerated. We've seen them before. Revolution or submission, union or dissolution, strength or surrender. We're at one now, this one, and it centers on whether the country remains a constitutional republic governed by its citizens, or it becomes a permanently managed state where outcomes are decided before the ballots are cast. Right now, we're watching Senate leadership, John Thune in particular, betray you, the American people, once again on what may be the lowest hanging fruit in modern political history, the SAVE Act. This is not some radical proposal. This is not fringe. It's not controversial. This is about ensuring that only American citizens vote in American elections. Something so basic, so fundamental that even a majority of Democrats say they'd support it. Now, yes, it's true. The president does not run Congress. He doesn't run the Senate. That's Civics 101 stuff. But let's also be clear about something else. The president of the United States commands the largest political megaphone on the planet. And when an issue this clear-cut is popular and this consequential is being slow-walked or sabotaged by members of his own party, silence is not leadership. If there was ever a moment to lead, this is it. The president should be calling on every Republican senator blocking this bill. And if they refuse to listen, he should be calling them out by name, publicly, relentlessly. He knows how to do it. We've seen it before. He should be holding rallies in their states. He should be demanding answers. He should be encouraging voters to light up phone lines, town halls, offices, until those senators understand that this is not optional. Every lever of influence he has, every ounce of political capital, right now. Because this is where the rubber meets the road. If Congress cannot pass a bill guaranteeing honest elections now, while there's still time, then nothing else we argue about matters. Not spending, not courts, not culture, not policy. This is the line. And if it isn't held, the republic won't be lost all at once, but it will be lost quietly, permanently. Now, maybe the SAVE Act is not perfect, but if we do not restore trust in elections, real, enforceable trust, everything else is theater. The American system that created unprecedented prosperity cannot survive indefinitely if it is smothered by a central power, unaccountable bureaucracy, and a political class insulated from consequences. The question is no longer what went wrong. The question is whether there is still time to fix it before the inheritance is fully spent. Because history is clear about one thing. Civilizations don't collapse because they lack resources. They collapse because they abandon the principles that created them. And once that happens, there is no bailout.